about Nyla Hampton. Those are two of the players that I think we need to watch out for today throughout the course of this game. But how does this game go? Findlay, we mentioned, they're looking to come back. Their last win 4 games ago to Tiffin, so 3 consecutive losses for Bowling Green. They would love to go into conference play with an 11-1 record to build some momentum before they go take on Brady Salia and the Ball State Cardinals later. What day is it? It's Friday. So later this week, when we transition next week, middle of the week, Wednesday matchup. So not 7 days from now, only 5 days from now before we get to that Wednesday matchup against the Ball State Cardinals for Bowling Green. You'll be able to catch that one on WBGU as well. But the teams, they're going to go to the benches. We're going to wait inside the stadium here, courtside, as lineups are introduced and the national anthem is played. We will step aside. We'll be back for opening tip-off. Looking forward to bringing you all the action here today to round out the non-conference slate and the 2022 calendar year. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Bowling Green Women's Basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU. Float it for me. Send it to us. We're ready to roll.
Turn you up a little bit in my ears. Check one.
Out here inside the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University, the last game of the 2022 calendar year for the Bowling Green Falcons. The Findlay Oilers into Bowling Green. Brandon Lowe with you, and alongside me, a guy that apparently never takes a day off, Brad Woznicki. A total surprise to me, shows up next to the commentary booth. He's ready to go, and he's going to join me today for the last game of the 2022 calendar year.
You know you're in the right place if you're in a gym, I'll say that. And it's good to see Bowling Green basketball, women's basketball, back at home after being on the road the last 5 games. Haven't played a home game since November 28th.
That's crazy to think about. I mean, 32 days without a home game. It's not very often that you see that anymore.
The good sign is they haven't lost in those 5 games. Plenty of momentum coming in here, looking for one more strong performance before going into MAC play.
And so important to take your momentum from non-conference play. We emphasize it a lot because that's how important it is to gain your momentum in non-conference play. I mean, you mentioned the lone loss for Bowling Green coming all the way back in November before this road streak even started. So they have certainly capitalized on their non-conference momentum, and they've got one more step to do that today. Things underway. Nyla Hampton going to bring the ball left to right up the floor. Pass off to Alyssa Brent. There's the leading scorer for Bowling Green, getting the first 2 points early. Bowling Green going to go with the full court defense right away. Ball into the hands of Kate Ellis as it moves forward up the floor. Ellis going to take a little jumper from the elbow. That one clangs off the rim. Able to get her own rebound back into the paint, looking for an outlet pass outside. There's Chloe Callahan going to work it around. Samarone back to Callahan. Outside, 3-point try, left short just off the front of the rim. Ball on the floor, Findlay, another opportunity at points. And finally, after the miss from Zeller, it'll be Jocelyn Tate with the rebound for Bowling Green.
And that was 3 good looks for Findlay that they were unable to knock down.
Jocelyn Tate outside, she'll give it off to Nyla Hampton, who we mentioned 5 out of 6 games in double figures. Morgan Sharp's tried a 3, that one fell lame off the front of the iron. Jocelyn Tate couldn't haul in the rebound. The Oilers back up the floor once again. Samarone going to move to her right, little handoff pass to Ellis. Ellis going to try to take it inside, lost the ball. Nyla Hampton comes away with a steal for Bowling Green. Sharps leads the charge, other end, up and under the finish. A 4-point lead for Bowling Green to start.
Quick turn from defense into offense for Bowling Green. No surprise that it started with the quick hands of Nyla Hampton.
Serena Samarone going to bring it up the floor this time, trying to get through the 2-on-1. Does so via the pass. Left wing, 3-point try. Callahan knocks it down.
So number 2 on the team and scoring at just under 10 a game.
Morgan Sharps kicks outside. Alyssa Brett tries a three-pointer of her own. That comes off the rim right into the hands of Callahan. Callahan leading the charge. Tate, a big steal. The pass down low intended for Zeller. Taken away, and a foul going to be called. It'll go against Findlay.
If you're Findlay, you're coming in here, you know your team is going to be tested when it comes to taking care of the basketball. Findlay turns the ball over almost 18 times a game, and they're seeing one of the MAC's top defenses coming in here. Bowling Green is relentless, and Findlay's just got to take it one possession at a time.
Bowling Green, you mentioned one of the top defenses in the MAC. They forced 22.5 turnovers per game. Allison Day adds 2 points to her scoring line early as she gets the inside layup there. Samarone looking up the floor in the direction of Ellis. In and out of her hands. On it continued. Zeller going to take the shot. Down low, Bowling Green comes away with another rebound. Brett back up the floor. Tries to jumpstart offense and go inside herself. Back out to Morgan Sharps. Now down low, here's Day. Finds Nyla Hampton. Hampton cuts through not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders fouled on the way up from Alyssa Zeller.
Seeing 6 points on the board for Bowling Green. All 6 have come on a layup, and that one would have been one more had it not been the foul on Nyla Hampton.
And now Hampton gets to go to the free throw line for Bowling Green. She would be the 4th player for Bowling Green very early in this contest to get in the scoring column. First one up and through. The snap of the nylon as that one was pure.
A nice crowd on hand, too, for Bowling Green. And you expect that for the Falcons with what they've done so far this season and just the history of the program. But you get Findlay, who's only about a half an hour away, going to bring a lot of fans. And you've got some local players on both sides.
Now Hampton makes both at the line. And you bring up an interesting point there, because I know I'm in a marketing class right now at Bowling Green, or was in the fall semester with Allison Day, and she said that one of their goals as a team was to improve attendance here at the Stroh Center. Bowling Green has a long time had one of the best crowds in the Mid-American Conference, but I think they've definitely improved upon that compared to where we were last season and the year before that. So doing a really nice job with the marketing effort here at Bowling Green.
Well, you missed those days of the house that roars, Anderson Arena, and Robin Freilich with the job she's done building this program back up to where it's expected to be. You're gonna get the crowds, and whether you have local talent or not, this team plays hard.
Inside, little jump shot from Mullenkamp. She knocks it down, so the lead remains 2 for Bowling Green, 7-5. Findlay not going to lay down early. They're going to make Bowling Green work for it, even with that high press defense. Morgan Sharps outside into the corner. Nyla Hampton fires down low. Tate back outside. Here's Day. Now Sharps. Nyla Hampton trying to get open on the left side. Sharps dribbles, creates some of her own space. Inside, up and through for Morgan Sharps. Finley going to come back up the floor in the hands of Janae Hoeing this time. Down low, nice feed, easy bucket. Serena Samarone, the senior, threaded the needle inside. Nyla Hampton passes forward. Alyssa Brett back to Hampton outside near the top of the key. Nyla Hampton going to go inside through the defender, gets the roll and the finish. 11-7, Bowling Green leading 4 minutes into the first quarter. Following the back and forth dribble, left hand to right hand, a little behind the back before the pass off to Callahan. Now it's Ellis on the right side, right in front of the Falcons bench. Alyssa Brett playing defense. Samarone on the outside, now down low. Ellis takes the pass, foul going to be called on the Falcons. It'll go against Alyssa Brett. And so here, 4 minutes and 16 seconds into the game, Coach Robin Freilich and company are going to do that substitution that we've seen throughout this year. -1, Lexi Fleming unable to play for Bowling Green right now today. So it'll be Zekin and Velasco coming in.
And get that extra time to get Lexi Fleming healthy going into Mid-American Conference play, a player that missed all of last season.
Mullenkamp drops down a 3 at the Findlay end, but Alyssa Brett right back with a 3 of her own for Bowling Green. Just like that, 14-10. As we move towards the first timeout here in quarter number 1.
Well, Findlay has to feel pretty good that they've gone 2 of 3 from distance so far in this game. A team that comes in only shooting 31% beyond the arc.
Owen, Callahan, and Ellis work the outside. Now back inside. Here's another little jump shot from Mullenkamp. Couldn't get that one to fall. Not enough on it to eclipse the rim. Velasco to Hampton. Now here's Brett again. She's going to drive the baseline. Gets the pass off to Zeke, and a player for Bowling Green whose post presence has really improved, and she gets the bucket. 16-10. Bowling Green ahead by 6.
It's another thing you like about Bowling Green. You're looking at just over 5 minutes gone by. You've seen 5 different players score. This is not a one-man team.
Schweiger nearly had the ball knocked away from Findlay there, right out of the backcourt in front of the baseline. Now she calls out the play. Being guarded by Jocelyn Tate, gets the pass off. Callahan going to be called for the foul away from the ball. So coming into that, before she got the pass, committed the foul, the whistle blown, and that is going to lead us to the first timeout. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Bowling Green on top of Findlay, 16-10. You're listening to Bowling Green women's basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU. 2 minutes.
Want anything else? Are you good so far?
Medical Mutual is trying to help find the best way to manage your health care plan. Let Medical Mutual be your strategic partner. And now, fans, something quiet in here. Let's make some noise if you want a free teaser.
Back inside the Stroh Center, whether you're listening along or viewing on YouTube. Bowling Green taking on Findlay, the Falcons, with a 16-10 lead right now. Brandon Lowe, Brad Woznicki, back with you here. And so far, one of the eye-popping stats, Bowling Green nearly 78% from the floor. They've started 7 of 9.
And a lot of layups, high-quality looks for Bowling Green to start. They've moved the ball well, kind of getting what they want so far.
Bowling Green starts with the ball here out of the timeout. Velasco going to go inside, and she slipped up, and she's going to be called for the travel. Looked like there was a little bit of contact there in the lane that may have caused Velasco to lose her footing.
Yeah, it looked like she got tangled up with Amber Schweiger. That is why she went down, but hey, play on.
So Findlay will take over following the turnover. Nyla Hampton gets the ball right back for Bowling Green. Here's Katie Hempfling. And a timeout going to be called by Bowling Green. Robin Freilich going to call a timeout. There was a chance there that they would have lost that possession, but Nyla Hampton was able to get the ball away. So potentially a timeout there that you'd like back in your pocket.
Yeah, there was a little smile there from Robin Freilich after she called that timeout. Maybe a little bit quick. You know, you always got to be prepared for Nyla Hampton coming up with a steal, getting on the floor. She made a nice play there. Just an extra second for Bowling Green to catch up in the huddle.
So just a 30-second timeout, already back on the floor. Hempfling, Zekin, Hampton, Brett, and Velasco, the 5 for Bowling Green right now. Nyla Hampton Hampton will give the ball into Amy Velasco. Backs away from Schweiger. Now Hampton down low through 2 defenders, and such a clean move. It's become what we've been accustomed to seeing from Nyla Hampton so far this season. Findlay going to go quick up the floor from behind. Velasco knocks the ball away. Out of play, Findlay will keep the possession.
That's what you do right there. You slow up, guard coming at you, allow Amy Velasco to catch up, looking for that flick from behind.
So now from their own baseline, Schweiger will inbound for Findlay. Callahan wants to take the pass in, but it comes way deep down towards us at the table. Official even had to move out of the way. It'll be a turnover.
And that was a miscommunication on Findlay's part there for where that basketball was going. They were overcrowded on the sideline. Simply can't have it.
An 8-point lead for Bowling Green, 18-10, 3:46 to play.
Basically gave Bowling Green an extra defender there.
Bowling Green makes their changes as they continue to rotate this lineup. Katie Hempfling, top of the key, back to the right side. There's Velasco down low. Allison Day has provided nice life for Bowling Green. Outside, Hempfling left wing free, in and out. Hoeing back up the floor. Left side, guarded by Velasco, looking for a pass, finds it in Callahan. Callahan works to the right, nearly loses the ball, feeds to Ellis as she goes inside. Allison Day down low. Day, a nice position there. Bowling Green back up the floor. Hempfling the feed from Sharps, high off the glass and through. It's a double-digit lead for Bowling Green, 20-10.
Great job by Hempfling running the floor, getting that left hand out there, making that grab and finishing.
Schweiger once again. The pass off right side, Hoeing now has to get around a double team. Mullenkamp, Schweiger again. Schweiger around Sharps inside. Hempfling provides help with a double team outside. A long three-pointer, wildly long out of the hands of Mullenkamp. Here's Bowling Green once again looking to add to their run. Morgan Sharps back to the top. Hempfling, now Tate. Tate gonna twist and turn, going inside. Nearly got the roll, but it wouldn't fall for Jocelyn Tate. Very fast basketball right now. Ellis has it knocked away by Velasco. Second time in just a couple of minutes we've seen that type of play from Velasco.
Well, a headsy play by Amy Velasco there. Got her body out of the way, knew where the basketball was, got her hand in there to swipe it free.
Now Findlay senior Lauren Hapgood will come on for the first time here at the whistle. 2:15 to play in the first quarter. Hoeing has the ball. Creates a little bit of space between Sharps, Hapgood. Now down low, Hoeing has it once again after a pass from Ellis. Trying to back down Sharps outside. Here's a three-point try. Got one off the iron into the hands of Tate. Jocelyn Tate back to the other end. Hempfling outside. They'll keep it on the perimeter with Velasco before going down low to Day. Allison Day trying to get around a taller defender and through. Able to beat 6'2" Logan Harris down low.
Well, since coming to Bowling Green, not only has Allison Day been a leader, but she's been that consistent presence as a forward that Bowling Green, may have missed over the last few years.
And that was one of the things that a lot of Bowling Green fans started to talk about. Findlay leaves a try short there as Velasco takes over. Was when is Bowling Green going to get some help down low once again? We saw some really strong players, but it seemed like that was the area where Bowling Green was struggling to compete. Allison Day has been a nice addition to that as she adds 2 points to the scoreboard, making it 24-10.
Right on cue. We were sitting on a 14-10 game not long ago.
Yeah, a long run here for Bowling Green, 13-0. Hoeing working in front of the Falcons bench, has it knocked away by Sharps. Another turnover and another takeaway by Bowling Green. Pass forward into the hands of Sharps from Velasco. Foul called, and that's going to go against Amber Schweiger. So Findlay scoreless coming up on 5 minutes right now. Tate's pass for Day down low, just too much on it, and some smiles back and forth.
And Allison Day just kind of shaking her head after that one. I think she thought she should have been able to handle that pass. Jocelyn Tate thought it was a good one.
It was definitely chest high.
Just Bowling Green's second turnover compared to 7 for the Oilers.
So now under 60 seconds to play in the first quarter. Still a lengthy lead for Bowling Green. 24 points so far in the first quarter. Still going to have a chance to add to that. 30 seconds to play. 11 seconds separating shot clock from game clock. Hoeing outside. Back to the top. Here's Ellis backing away into the State of Ohio logo at center court. Now charging inside, trying to get around Katie Hempfling. And a foul going to be called. It'll go against Jocelyn Tate.
Yeah, Katie Hempfling thought she may have got there in time, but the foul, as you noted, going against Tate.
And I would agree with you. I certainly think Hempfling was there in time. If that had been a situation where Jocelyn Tate doesn't get a hand in there, maybe that's an offensive foul. Kate Ellis, first free throw at the line is good. That was just the first attempt for Findlay at the line today.
Younger sister Mary Ellis continuing on that tradition of great athletes coming out of Central Catholic with that Ellis last name. Mary Ellis will be headed to Findlay on a track scholarship. Who knows? Maybe she'll hoop it up. She's one of the leaders for Central Catholic girls basketball right now, top team in that Three Rivers Athletic Conference.
And that's one of the things that's so fun for you and I. We'll talk about it coming up. 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Velasco going to make a move. Tate sets a screen. Jocelyn Tate takes the feed inside off the glass. A chance for a three-point play. Talk about take everything you can get as the clock winds down. Jocelyn Tate does just that. Gets the finish and now to the free throw line.
That's one player after another right now for Bowling Green, getting downhill, getting to the basket. It doesn't matter who's got the basketball.
Jocelyn Tate through a rhythm, 3 dribbles, shot up, free throw, falls through. It hit every part of the cage and the backboard before falling in. 1.5 on the clock, lobbed forward. It was on the line, but not enough to get there out of the hands of Hapgood. The first quarter is over. It's a 15-point Falcon lead, 27-12 here as they take on Findlay. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Bowling Green Women's Basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU.
The BGSU Dance Team. Let's hear it for the BGSU Dance Team. And now please join me in welcoming some special groups to today's game. Out of the Lady Green Basketball Team, the Van Buren Girls Basketball Team, the JV Varsity Lady Redmen, and the Lady of the 6th grade Girls Basketball. I want to thank all of them for joining us here today in the study center for Falcon Hoops.
Back here courtside as we head to the second quarter of Bowling Green versus Findlay. Bowling Green a 15-point lead here headed into the second quarter, 27-12, and they have shot strong from the floor, 75% in the first quarter. Ball comes away off the backboard from a Findlay attempt, and they're going to say it's Bowling Green basketball. But let's go back and talk, Brad, about one of the things that we were sort of referencing at the end of the first quarter. We talk about Kate Ellis and Mary Ellis from Toledo Central Catholic. That's one of the perks that we have, is getting to see some of the local Toledo talent. They're playing for MAC schools, NAI schools, D1, D2, D3 schools in this area, and it's super fun for us to be able to watch.
I think that says a lot about the quality of players coming out of Northwest Ohio. On the basketball side, it's continuing to see teams get better and better. We've noted Zaya Cook at South Carolina and the job she's done. I mean, she's been a star for Dawn Staley there playing for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Now you get Grace Van Sluten out at Oregon and what the immediate impact she has had playing for the Ducks. Mid-American Conference, we're seeing one player after another get opportunities to play in the MAC.
And it's not just basketball either. It goes all sports across. I mean, you've got Scotty Buff going to Florida here for swimming in a couple of months, and players from all over. A lot of the Toledo Central Catholic football players, Mid-American Conference offers right now. Bowling Green, Morgan Sharps missed a three-point attempt there. Findlay going to come back up the floor.
Take it a step further with the local men that have gone to the University of Findlay. Talking about Khalil Luster, star coming out of Lima Senior High School. He was a four-year point guard for head coach Quincy Simpson. He's done his part and more for that Oilers program in his first year.
So lots of local talent here from Northwest Ohio. In addition to Findlay, Bowling Green, one team that does that really well here is the men's soccer program with head coach Eric Nichols. Joey Apanonu just drafted to FC Cincinnati in the MLS draft, 22nd overall pick just about a week ago. Findlay back up the floor here. Three-point try from the left corner and through. Hapgood gets her first points of the game. Bowling Green going to work quickly. Alyssa Brent inside, right in front of the rim, puts it up and floats it through.
That tells you how quickly Bowling Green gets from one end to the other off a make. Bowling Green responds about 5 seconds later.
The pace of play for Bowling Green is definitely one of their strong suits. Down low, pass tip. Tate nearly got it again, but into the hands of Zeller. She put it up, but high off the backboard into the hands of Brett. And Brett's someone that the way she's playing could creep up on a double-double very quickly. Beautiful up and under finish from Morgan Sharps.
The more you continue to see that from Morgan Sharps, the more it's going to benefit Bowling Green going forward. She's known for being the outside shooter, but she's been putting the basketball on the floor.
31-15, Bowling Green leads right now. Outside, Hapgood, another three. You betcha, Hapgood starting to heat up here for Findlay in the second quarter.
Oilers 4 of 7 from distance, again shooting above their season average, and Findlay's gotten good looks. I think just at times, because of Bowling Green's defense that they get from one end to the other, Findlay's rushed a few of their shots, noted in that 33% shooting so far.
Nyla Hampton has the ball knocked away on the drive from Samarone, and it hit the thigh of Nyla Hampton before going out of play, so Findlay takes over. A chance here to keep clipping into that Bowling Green lead. Hapgood picked up by Hampton. Across the timeline, here's Callahan. Callahan works right to left, back across, keeps it on the outside. Samarone moving inside the perimeter. Morgan Sharps down low, playing defense. Ball comes back out. Here's Zeller inside. Jocelyn Tate swats it away from behind. Now it'll be Tate up the floor. Back out, Alyssa Brent looking for double figures with the three ball. Left it short. Tate gets the rebound. It'll be a second chance opportunity for Bowling Green. Morgan Sharps, a nice little fadeaway there, almost Dirk Nowitzki-esque, but off the inside of the iron. And we are going to get a foul called. Officials are going to talk this one over.
And they got the call right. It should be against Findlay. The arms were wrapped around Zekin as she was trying to get to that basketball. She had good position on the defender.
So Bowling Green will have the possession here. They'll inbound from the baseline. Velasco will fulfill the inbounding duties as the ball comes into Jocelyn Tate. Nyla Hampton left wing looking for a pass. Day trying to get clear down low. Ball stays on the perimeter for now. Brett gonna go to work inside. Foul called well away from the play. And I believe that foul once again is gonna go against Molenkamp, so that's 2 very quickly here. And that will send Molenkamp to the bench. Ella Mesher is gonna come on, but not before a timeout.
Hey, you're gonna take out one of your junior leaders and bring in the freshman from Minster, who hopefully will be able to give you some good minutes there, because Molenkamp, before picking up those 2 personal fouls, I thought she had done a good job at both ends of being successful, finding good looks at the offensive end, and battling against the bigs of Bowling Green.
And that's to be said, looking at the stat line as well. The second leading scorer, Molenkamp, just 1 point behind Hapgood, which of course both those coming off of 3 balls. So Hapgood has taken over the scoring very quickly for Findlay, but 3 rebounds as well, which leads the team. So that's definitely going to be a presence you're kind of forced to take off, that ideally you want her on the floor as much as possible.
I think it's going to be critical for Findlay now to make sure they rebound even more as a team without Molenkamp on the floor.
For Bowling Green right now, Alyssa Brent, 7 points, 4 rebounds. And like we said, she could move up on a double-double very quickly, just the way she plays. Because even when you watch, if you're watching on the YouTube, you'll get to see this a lot better than the people that are listening on the radio. But she moves inside so fast. She follows her own ball in, and she's consistently there for rebounds for Bowling Green.
Well, it's very characteristic of a Robin Freilich player, where Alyssa Brett is constantly moving. You'll say the same about Nyla Hampton, the amount of time that she has the ball in her hands, always looking to make a play. And you also have Jocelyn Tate, that forward who runs the floor, handles it well, goes to the glass. All 3 of those players are always capable of a double-double.
7 out of 8 players for Bowling Green that have played have scored. The lone exception, Amy Velasco, but Velasco contributing in other ways. She's got a steal defensively and a rebound as well. But right now, Alyssa Brett, it's her game so far. Morgan Sharps has 6 points as well. So does Allison Day. So really the scoring across the board for Bowling Green, just like we talked about in the pregame show, has been so strong. A 13-point lead. Kind of on the struggle bus right now. It's been a while since we've seen them get a bucket.
Well, it's about shot selection and where you're getting your looks. I mean, Bowling Green, you're shooting about 75% being inside the arc. Findlay, much different story. They have struggled to finish at 2 of 12 inside the arc, while they're 4 of 7 from distance.
Bowling Green, of their 9 misses, 5 have come from the perimeter. So an exceptional shooting percentage inside for the Falcons. Out of the timeout here, Nyla Hampton will inbound from the baseline. Day, Tate, Brett, and Velasco. The 5 on the floor. To Velasco on the right wing. She's going to move back to the left side. Lots of movement on the floor, but the ball is taken away. Nearly batted away once again. Hampton almost snuck her hand into the cookie jar there.
Good hands by Zeller at the other end.
Chloe Callahan gets the pass off. Here's Zeller, now Samarone. Samarone gonna drive around Jocelyn Tate. Put a high shot off the iron, it wouldn't fall. Instead, it's in the hands of Velasco the other way. Falcons with the numbers. Long 3-point try for Alyssa Brett. The range didn't phase her. Puts it down with ease.
You can see where Alyssa Brett has improved in her shooting form throughout her career. Much smoother release than you may have seen in her first couple of years.
34-18, Bowling Green leads. 4:30 gone here in the second quarter. Hapgood gets the pass off. Samarone back across. Hapgood, long 3 of her own. Leaves it short into the baseline untouched. And Bowling Green takes over. Kate Ellis got a rest on the bench, but not for long. Quickly back in. Velasco and Hempfling out of the backcourt. Down low, looking in the direction of Day. Day gets a pass off. Hampton uncovered, top of the key. She'll look to drive inside. Foul going to be committed by the Oilers. Samarone. And that'll send Nyla Hampton back to the free throw line. Nyla Hampton thought she made both their first time up, but she split the pair. We were both a little confused about that when it happened. But back to the line for second attempt here. First one rolls around the rim off to the left. A deep breath before attempt number 2. And that one goes through. 35-18, the lead has built now. Largest lead of the game for Bowling Green, 17 points. Here comes Ellis, guarded by Brett. Now here's Callahan. Zeller, right in front of the Bowling Green coaching staff. Back across left side, Callahan going in. Foul called on the floor against Amy Velasco.
Yeah, Velasco is trying to keep her hands off, just keep her body in front, and just a little bump there, whistled for the personal.
So just a titch over halfway in the second quarter as we move through the first half. It'll be the Oilers once again from the baseline into Zeller, top of the key. Guarded by Hempfling, pass off inside. A little elbow jumper falls through for Mesher. So we questioned how was the freshman going to be able to come in and step up for the senior. The first points for Mesher.
Well, that was a great find by Schweiger. It was well executed.
Here's Day turning around the defense. It took a while, but it rolls through. 37-20, so Bowling Green again very quickly after a Findlay bucket goes to the other end and answers.
And still shooting better than 60% from the field. Tough to defend Allison Day when she's scoring with that left and right hand.
Ellis finds Schweiger. Schweiger now off to Mesher. Mesher, a little handoff style pass. Foul going to be called on Amy Velasco once again, as I believe it was a reach in there on Callahan. Callahan inbounds, Mesher takes it in one-handed. Had to catch that one all the way out to the right of her wingspan. Zeller, right wing. Callahan takes it, hasn't used the dribble yet. Now she'll put it on the floor. All the way around the perimeter. Schweiger tangled up, and she walked with it. Got bottled up between Brent and Hampton, and that'll do it to you. We've seen that pair for Bowling Green, and really any pair, because Bowling Green is so good defensively. They're just capable of bottling up other teams.
It's frustrating for teams when you're trying to get in the lane. Bowling Green, if you're the defender on the guard handling the basketball, you draw the guard right to the help side defender, get the hands in there, force a turnover.
Bowling Green going back today, down low, the turn once again, and she's making it look easy right now, Brad.
Left side, right side, strong side, right?
39-20, a 19-point lead for Bowling Green with 3:30 to play in the second quarter. Zeller has it, loses her dribble. Defense nearly pokes it away. Day almost got a steal at the defensive end. Kate Ellis gets through a 2-on-1, back to Mesher, right, left side, across to the right. Here's Callahan. Finds the baseline on the floor. Katie Hempfling going after it. Jump ball called. Just the second of the game. It'll stay with Findlay at this end.
That's a fifth-year senior getting on the floor. That's always going to spark the bench when you see an effort like that.
And that's one of the questions that you never have about Katie Hempfling is what kind of effort you get. You know when she is on the floor for Bowling Green, she's going to come out and give 100% every single time.
That comes from her days growing up in Ottawa, Ohio, playing at Ottawa Glandorf High School. It's carried right over into her time at Bowling Green.
Hoeing loses the eyes on the shot clock, and it'll be a shot clock violation there as time had ticked all the way down. So an unforced turnover for Bowling Green this time. So certainly as many turnovers as you can force, you'll take the unforced ones as well.
Yeah, Bowling Green, as you pointed out earlier, forces about 20 turnovers a game. Halfway there right now.
Sharps' three off the back iron. Brett went in for the rebound, but it went over her hand, spinning inside there. Lost control of the ball. It's taken away by Callahan. Hoeing at the other end has a teammate, gets around Day, and Hoeing a nice little spinning finish.
That's pretty. In transition, great athleticism.
Hempfling the ball in the corner for the Falcons, down low. Bowling Green back to Allison Day. She's going to turn it out this time. Morgan Sharp's looking for the 3 ball, hasn't got it going yet, and won't on that one either.
And Bowling Green 2 of 9 beyond the arc.
Schweiger with the ball, back and forth with Ellis. Nyla Hampton, nearly another steal. Ball in the hands of Hoeing. Tries to pass off to the left, gets it around Sharps. Sharp's got some fingers on it, back to the top. Hoeing tries a 3. Hempfling there to catch the ball before it finds the floor. Nyla Hampton slowly working top of the perimeter. Here's Sharps again, and finally, she said it even as she turned around, finally got the 3 ball to fall.
And that was not good defense on Findlay's part. You cannot drop against Morgan Sharps around the arc. You have to get out high on her.
Sharps 9 points in this game, 1 of 5 from 3-point range, and she's not a player that's going to shy away from the 3 ball if it isn't working. She's going to continue to shoot it till it falls. At the other end, Chloe Callahan drops a 3 as well.
That's your best 3-point shooter on Findlay's side, about 40%.
And those two are defending each other down the floor this time. Hampton inside. Another nice finish for Nyla Hampton, and continually back and forth, bucket for bucket. 19 the lead for Bowling Green, 44-25. Hoeing leads the Oilers up the floor as the clock winds, under 60 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Ellis going to drive inside around Brett. Foul called. It'll go.
I believe it went against Brett.
Yeah. And that was another one where Katie Hempfling looked surprised because she thought she was in position. But they're going to say, indeed, that Alyssa Brett got a hand in there on the way in. So Kate Ellis to the free throw line. She's the only Oiler that has been at the line today, and she continues 100%, 3 of 3 in her attempts today. Ellis through the motion again. It's up and through. 4 of 4 from the charity stripe for Kate Ellis. And that's what we talk about when you talk about going to the free throw line and converting on your chances. She's doing as perfect of a job as you can do.
There's a lot on her shoulders as one of the more experienced players on this mix of experienced team. She has to be consistent.
Jocelyn Tate outside. Morgan Sharps quick to go back to the 3 ball all the way around. It wouldn't go down. Here's Zekin, puts up a wild off-balance shot, gets her own rebound once again outside. Tate now Sharps. Hempfling into the corner for Hampton. Down low, back to Zekin. Finds Tate backside. That was a beautiful no-look pass.
That was the best ball movement you've seen on a Bowling Green possession today.
And Olivia Hill and the Falcon bench, they're going wild over at the other end of the floor. Callahan trying the 3 ball here. Bowling Green going to get one more possession here. Robin Freilich holds up the 1. They want the last possession. 5 seconds on the clock. Here's Sharps going to go inside. Off balance attempt. And the last rebound of the half belongs to Valerie Mullenkamp. 46-27, Bowling Green leads a 19-point margin for the Falcons, who are controlling their home floor right now. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll go into the halftime show. We'll take you through some of the scoring leaders, and we'll talk about what we've liked so far and what we'd like to see change in the second half. Bowling Green on top of Findlay, 46-27. You're listening to Bowling Green women's basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU.
Submissions must be made 72 hours prior to a game. That night of the game is BGSU.com/birthday. Celebrate with the Falcons.
Imagine leaving not coming back. Imagine all score situation, when you come in this situation where you're now where you're struggling because of the Falcons defense.
Look at the scoring leaders real quick down the stat lines for both teams. Callahan and Hapgood both with 6 points for Findlay. All 12 of those points combined coming from behind the perimeter. So that's sort of what we're talking about. Live by the three a little bit for Findlay right now. Ellis, 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Impressive from her when she has been able to get there. Mullenkamp leads with 4 rebounds. Callahan, 3 assists and a steal as well on the other side for Bowling Green. 2 players in double figures. Allison Day and Alyssa Brett both with 10. Morgan Sharps and Nyla Hampton sit just outside that 10-point mark respectively with 9 and 8. Sharps has shot the ball 12 times in the first half, a very high clip. It took her a while to get the three-point ball going. Maybe that's something we'll see more in the second half. Rebounds, Brett and Tate both have 4. Nyla Hampton, she's doing that dirty work defensively. She's got a steal to go along with it. She's passed the ball really well, but she has just been all over the floor, and she's a creating factor on just about, I would say, 75% of opposing turnovers.
If you go through the stat line of Nyla Hampton game by game, you're going to see why in the Mid-American Conference she's amongst the best in just about every category, where you're not going to say, oh, she's at the top or top 5 as far as scoring or rebounds, but you are going to see maybe that top 20, top 15 where she's there in every category contributing. She's an all-around player.
So coming into the second half, we'll keep it brief. One thing for Findlay you want to improve on here in the second half.
Not being rushed by Bowling Green's defense. I think it's very easy to get sped up by the way the Falcons play. You have to be able to slow things down, rely on your execution and your guards to make plays. Just don't get sped up.
And on the other side for Bowling Green, let's take a wider perspective look at this. You're ahead by 19. Assuming that you play disciplined basketball and you hang on to this lead here in the second half, as we've seen them do so many times, what is something you maybe try to implement in the second half that you're going to take into the Ball State game against the Cardinals to start conference play?
I think you start out the second half the same way you started out the first half. Continue to go to the basket. When the opportunities are there from beyond the arc, take them. You've got the shooters that we've talked about out there. Morgan Sharps has had her fair share of looks. Those shots are going to drop, but start by getting the high percentage looks. Go with what's been successful.
So we will see what the second half has in store coming up next in just about 4 minutes. Bowling Green leading Findlay here on this December 30th matchup. The end of non-conference play and the end of 2022. A 19-point lead for the Falcons. You're listening to Bowling Green Women's Basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome back the Village Platform to Stroh Center, your BGSU Falcons.
comfortable. We're in a gym. We're good.
To 27. Alongside Brad Woznicki, I'm Brandon Lowe. And for Bowling Green, if you can keep this lead and roll it into a victory, 11-1 in non-conference play, and certainly you wouldn't want to end out your year any other way.
No, finish strong, finish out 2022, try and extend this winning streak to 9 games.
Jocelyn Tate going to kick things off, inbounding for Bowling Green. Nyla Hampton will take the first possession of the game, or of the second half. Morgan Sharps quickly back to the three-point ball. How about it?
Puts her into double figures with Brett and Allison Day.
Bowling Green going to go with the pressure right away, just like they did in the first half. Tate comes away with it. Brett down low. Perfect ball movement there. A little triangle between Tate down on her knees on the floor, Morgan Sharps, and Alyssa Brett, who got the finish. Here comes Findlay up the floor, nearly tipped away once again, right back to Samarone, down low. Here's Ellis up and good with a shot. Quick bucket there for Findlay. They needed a fast answer. Bowling Green at the other end. Alyssa Brett takes the pass forward, right wing, down low, finds Tate outside once again. Sharps, pass wasn't high enough for a catch and shoot. They'll settle it down. Sharps has the ball once again. Little pitch pass from Nyla Hampton. Top of the key, the give. Jocelyn Tate back to Hampton. Hampton going to work inside. Nice behind the back transition and a beautiful layup to finish.
We've seen some pretty finishes today from both sides, and add another one right there for Nyla Hampton, showing off the handles.
Ellis passes up the floor. Callahan down low, trying to find help. Mullenkamp puts up a shot, left short off the iron. A flock of Falcons there hauling the rebound. Brett to Sharps, top of the key. Sharps going to go inside this time. Moving forward, it comes off the iron, back into the hands of the Oilers. Here's Callahan. Mullenkamp, now Samarone. Samarone inside, threads the defense, but too much hop off the rim. It falls errant to Hampton.
And that was a concern for Findlay in the first half. Too many times did they get to the basket and not finish.
Nyla Hampton, the pass down low, back to Allison Day. Goes up with it, it's blocked out of her hands. Brett picks it up off the floor and back through. And Alyssa Brett can do no wrong right now. 6 of 8 from the floor, 4 rebounds, 14 points. Strong performance for the Australia native. Zeller initiates the perimeter passing sequence for Findlay before the ball goes back inside. Callahan gets around Sharps. Nice little finger roll finish. Hampton once again up the floor for Bowling Green, 55-31, nearly 3 minutes in. Scratch the 55, make it 57. Another nice finish for Nyla Hampton.
And that's the extra gear that Nyla Hampton has. You can see Serena Samarone a little bit winded right now because of the pace of this game. Nyla Hampton very comfortable playing at any pace.
Elbow shot there from Mullenkamp. Both teams went up for the rebound. Last touched by Zeller before going out of play. The Falcons going to go to the bench. Velasco, Zekin, and Hempfling in for Tate, Sharps, and Day. And just like that, it was a 19-point lead when we started the second half. 3 minutes in, it's already out to 26.
It's Bowling Green keeping their foot on the gas, not going away from anything that they would normally do.
Katie Hempfling pass to the corner. Alyssa Brett tries another three. That one long. Ellis there uncontested for the rebound. And Ellis is going to go coast to coast herself. High speed flying up the floor. Foul going to be called at the other end on Bowling Green.
A souvenir for one of the cheerleaders up there, but the hands weren't ready. Everyone caught watching as that ball flew into the stands. They're going to have some smiles and laughs about that one.
The pace of this game has been extremely fast all the way throughout. Ellis, that one, I think it touched about every inch of the rim before it falls through, and she stays 100%.
I like the way that Kate Ellis has handled herself today, because you come in as the team's leading scorer, you know more times than not you're going to get your opponent's best defender, and she's kind of found her way into the game, hasn't forced too many shots. She's gone to the basket, and she's gotten the line, as we've talked about, and she's been successful.
And still, with that free throw right there, tied for the scoring lead. Hempfling passed down low, intended for Zeke, and miscommunication there between the two. Ellis, even though she hasn't scored a lot from the floor, the free throw line, 6 of 6, and you're tied for the team lead in scoring. So quiet day, but still a good day for Ellis.
Well, you got to find different ways to score. Shots aren't falling. You always got to continue to attack the basket. We say that a lot for Bowling Green. Same goes for Kate Ellis. If you're a player that's going to come in and expect to get your points just by getting pull-ups, maybe fadeaways, that's going to benefit the defense more often than not.
So here's Chloe Callahan going back to work. Kate Ellis's co-leader in points is Callahan. The two go back and forth here. Ellis gives it off to Zeller on an inside approach. Mullenkamp down low trying to get around Zeke, and ball comes back out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Callahan trying to come back in, gets up a shot as time expires, and it's going to be Alyssa Brent there for the rebound. Amy Velasco going to work right to left, up the floor, down low, nice pass. Zeke, uncontested layup there.
It's Amy Velasco, a little hesitation there. The defense misses on the switch. She takes advantage.
59-33. Foul called on Nyla Hampton here with 5:32 left in the third.
Because of the depth that Bowling Green has at guards, you're going to go through and you're going to see, averaging 3, maybe 4 assists a game. Quality, good play there. But if you had Nyla Hampton, another program, Amy Velasco, another program, Lexi Fleming, they would be at the top of the MAC as far as assists go because of how well they all distribute.
And that's been one thing that even going back to last year, the Bowling Green coaching staff, Robin Freilich, Coach Kaz, Coach Weimer, Coach Cameron, that's something that they have emphasized is working on moving the ball, getting higher assist numbers throughout the course of their games. And they have implemented that so nice here to start this campaign, this season. And that's a large part of why they're 10-1 right now.
Right, you won't see individual leaders in assists per game. You're going to see team leaders in assists per game.
So here come Velasco and Hempfling out of the backcourt, over the timeline. Velasco moving inside, a nice pass to Zeke, and once again, those two have accounted for the last 4 points. Samarone twists and turns briefly around Nyla Hampton. Gonna go to the right corner, back inside. Mullenkamp, the charity stripe shot. Brett hauls in another rebound. 14 points and 6 rebounds for Alyssa Brett. Nyla Hampton, you give her any room in the baseline and she's gonna make you pay.
And just one little look to her teammate, open that door baseline, nice finish.
And a timeout gonna be called by Findlay. Michelle Duran has seen enough. A 30-point lead for Bowling Green, and we're gonna take the timeout with them. You're listening to Bowling Green Women's Basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU. Back here on Bill Frack Court, out of the media timeout. Bowling Green women's basketball leading by 30, 63 to 33. Quick takeaway there from Sophie Zekin this time. Katie Hempfling with a pass back there to Amy Velasco. Now it's Alyssa Brent. The pitch pass. Hempfling again. Fires across. Velasco with 3. No, too low. Didn't get over the top of the rim. Back out of play. Findlay will take over. And just like that, Bowling Green going to go ahead and take a timeout. Did you see anything there that may have encouraged that timeout from Coach Fraley?
No, we're going with the under 5 timeout there after the alternate timeout.
All right. So the guy that knows a lot better than I, the voice of the ESPN broadcast that we traditionally have, he's going to school me a little bit here. We're going to send you away one more time, and then we'll come back for the rest of the third quarter. 4:23 to play, 63 to 33, 30-point lead for Bowling Green. You're listening to Bowling Green women's basketball. Don't go anywhere.
BGSU for all of your marketing needs. Go where the Falcons go. Let's have players. Hang with the best. Falcon fans, get off the bench and into the game by joining the Falcon Club. For more information on the BGSU Falcon Club, visit BGSUFalcons.com. Championships begin with scholarships.
Charlie, we know, is upstairs beating his drum and rocking out, never taking any time off of the 2 timeouts. Stays hanging on the green, so probably watching the board. Don't you open ESPN? Which is what college kids have. How much? $3 every 2 weeks.
In the third quarter, it's a 30-point Bowling Green lead. And for Bowling Green, 17 points so far here in the third quarter. Katie Hempfling gets a steal there. We'll slow it down. Was a 2-on-1 in favor of Findlay. Beautiful ball movement again. What more can you say? Amy Velasco has impeccable passing here in the second half.
Understanding where your teammates are at on the floor. You saw that right there.
So Hoeing on the left side for Findlay now. Here's a feed inside. Molenkamp going up, tries to get one off the glass. Back into the hands of the Falcons as Hempfling comes away with a rebound. Velasco again, down low. Zekin again converts.
4th assist of the day for Amy Velasco.
It's a 10-0 run in the last 3 minutes for Bowling Green.
Now you make that a 21-6 advantage so far in the second half.
Hoeing gets the pass off. Here's Kate Ellis, guarded by Alyssa Brett. Ball comes across. McKenna Stevens, fresh in. Hoeing inside, outside, back inside once again. Here's a pass off, long 3 from Callahan. Alyssa Brett pulls in her 7th rebound of the day. Brett to Velasco, Velasco across, Hempfling with the ball. She's going to move it down low, back outside. Nyla Hampton, nobody within 20 feet, couldn't get the 3 to fall. Back off, kept alive by Hampton. Stevens got it back, Hampton took it away, threaded through 3 defenders, textbook basketball right now from Bowling Green as Nyla Hampton gets a smooth finish at the rack.
Well, off that miss, Nyla Hampton tries to save it, makes a quick visit with Mike Sheehan, the sports information director, bounces right back, comes up with a turnover. Next thing you know, she's at the basket. Never stops moving.
69-33. It's now a 36-point lead that has continued to grow for Bowling Green. 4 players in double figures now. Hampton leads the game with 18. Brett has 14, Sharps with 12, and Allison Day has 10. Both teams going to go ahead and make some changes at the last whistle. Hoeing brings the ball up the floor before she dishes off to Hapgood. They play back and forth. Here's a screen from Stevens. Olivia Hill and Jasmine Fern into the game for the first time for Bowling Green. Outside Ellis backing away from Fern. Gets some room, 3-point try, just right at the top of the key from Logan Harris. Bowling Green, here's another rebound. Velasco again, this time she's gonna be selfish inside herself for 2 and maybe another.
Nothing slowed up Amy Velasco there. Full speed into the basket, nice touch with that left hand.
Well, and after you've been passing the ball so well, the intensity and the desire to get some points yourself certainly got to go up. We saw some explosion right there, and now a chance at the free throw line.
Nice way to get your first points of the game.
And a 3-point play converted upon just the 6th attempt of the day at the free throw line for Bowling Green. They're 4 of 6 from that location. Hoeing gets the ball off to Harris. Harris, the 6'2" frame on the outside, hands the ball back to Hoeing. Trying to get an advantage down low. Matched up against Zeke, and here's Zeller with a turnaround. Nice little bucket there for Zeller, and that stops a nearly 5-minute scoreless run. Velasco up the floor, hand off to Sharps. Back to the top of the key. Here's Jasmine Fern. Velasco once again, right side, gives to Zeke and down low. The combo has been strong. Zeke just can't get the finish for Bowling Green. Here's Ellis quickly down the floor. Foul going to be called on Sharps. What a flurry of points here. Ever since those 2 timeouts, around the 4:30 mark, Bowling Green has scored 9 quick points. They're on a 17-4 run in the last 6 minutes.
Defense continuing to turn into quick offense. The Falcons constantly moving. This is something where if you're Findlay, I think one of the benefits coming out of this game is trying to do this to your opponents when you get into your conference play. Play at this pace. Be comfortable in these situations where you're going to see a defense in your face all game long.
Amy Velasco keeping that pace of play inside once again all the way herself. Adds 2 more after Kate Ellis continued her 100% performance at the free throw line, 8 of 8 from the mark today.
And I don't think we've touched on this enough today when it comes to Findlay and where they're at. I mean, 4 and 8 coming in here. They lost their last 3 as you get the nice finish there by Kate Ellis. But for Michelle Duran, this is her first season as the head coach of the program after almost 2 decades running the program at Ohio Northern. She's got a mix of experience. Everyone going to get comfortable in their system. This is a good out-of-conference test. Moving up to that Division I level. Test yourself before going to conference play.
Olivia Hill to Morgan Sharps. And it's nice, too, that for Findlay you can come up the road and really all sorts of locations. You could go up a little bit further and go play the Toledo Rockets. There's tests that Findlay can have for themselves locally here in the area. Just a nice little short drive up to Bowling Green here today. 3-point from Hapgood outside. Wedged in between the rim and the backboard. Bowling Green quickly to the other end. Sharps. There's another Morgan Sharps on the inside this time. That makes her total 14.
Almost like a Kevin Love outlet there. This almost went for Kate Ellis at the horn.
76-39. Bowling Green explodes for 30 in the 3rd quarter as they continue to lead Findlay. As we head to the 4th quarter of play, you're listening to Bowling Green Women's Basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU. Final frame of play. Samarone takes the inbound pass from Zeller. Hand off to Ellis. Ellis has been strong, especially in the second half. Miscommunication right there with Hapgood. Ellis appears to be frustrated. She'll go inside herself. A nice finish from Kate Ellis as she continues to excel, and now up to 14 points. Velasco up the floor. Tubergen, fresh onto the floor for Bowling Green here in the fourth quarter. Loses her footing, may have gotten tangled up on the ball there on a dribble perhaps. Other end, Hapgood tries a three. Zekin may have altered the course there with the fingertips. Velasco back up the floor. Tubergen moves around to the left side. Hempfling now. Tubergen at the top. Works to the left. There's the give to Hill. Back across. Velasco again. Amy Velasco goes inside. A nice finish once again. Hard to the floor after the fact, but the ball fell through around the same time. 78-41 inside other end. Logan Harris couldn't get the finish. Bowling Green back on the offensive here. Tubergen, right wing. Backs away now. Samarone playing defense. Ball into the hands of Velasco. Olivia Hill didn't expect the pass there. Looked surprised as it hit her in the left forearm and went out of play. Allison Day coming back in for Bowling Green.
A little bit different lineup right now for Bowling Green with Tubergen and Hill out there trying to find a rhythm, trying to get everyone comfortable out there. Players are going to be earning their minutes as we get later and later in this fourth quarter.
And another reason you do that is because you never know when you're going to have to step up. As one of the bench players off the bench, you never know when you're going to have to come in and provide more. Somebody could get in foul trouble. Somebody could go down with an injury. You always have to stay ready, and that's one of the positive things of a game like this for Bowling Green is you can get everyone out there, get everybody some minutes, and gain some confidence in those minutes as well.
Add to your point, Amy Velasco comes in as a freshman last season out of Centerville, Ohio. Looking like she's going to be playing behind Lexi Fleming, who was the freshman of the year. Lexi Fleming goes down for the season. Amy Velasco is your point guard.
And now both players filling bench roles for the Falcons here. This one, Katie Hempfling drops down a three. Finley back to the other end of the floor. Samarone turning around inside. Couldn't get the bucket. Out of the break, Velasco to Hill. Fouled as she went up with it. Logan Harris got a piece of the back there of Olivia Hill.
And many times you can come into a season, especially in college sports right now, because of the transfer portal, where you've got players coming over from other schools looking for opportunities. That's not the case here with Bowling Green. Allison Day is a transfer, comes over from Loyola Chicago, one of the transfers. Morgan Sharps, we saw that a couple of years ago. But for the most part, this program has been built from the freshmen coming in on up. Everyone trying to earn their minutes, do their job out there.
Olivia Hill 50% from the line on the trip. Samarone spending some time in that center court logo of a newly redesigned Bill Frack court. Down low, Zeller tangled up between two defenders. Foul going to be called. It'll go against Hill. Bowling Green 64% from the floor today. That's just, when you think about it, it's such an eye-popping statistic.
I mean, do you remember looking up there today and seeing below 60%? Because I don't.
It hasn't happened very often today for Bowling Green, if at all.
You notice the discrepancy now, too, in the rebounding. That was about even in that first half. Due in large part, Findlay was getting on the offensive glass, getting second and third opportunities on possessions. Didn't always make them count. Now you see Bowling Green plus 11 on the glass, and they've been in control as far as turnovers throughout the day.
Janae Hoeing back on for Findlay. 7:02 to play left in the contest. Allison Day will inbound here once they get the whistle. And here comes Bowling Green up the floor. Velasco once again, who's excelled here in the second half, goes inside, just not enough to get it into the net. And last touched as it went out of play by Bowling Green. And now we talked about transfer talent. Peyton Moore, another transfer out of Anderson. She's going to come in and contribute to this lineup as well for Bowling Green. Hoeing works to the right side, back to the top of the key. Here's Callahan. First time we've called her name in a while. Callahan makes a move. Ball goes back to Mesher. Callahan again. Hill nearly gets a takeaway outside. Ellis, three-point ball. There it is, and Ellis has 17. Other end of the floor, Bowling Green quickly goes back to work. Hill on the outside. Here's Velasco. Fern trying to get open to put herself in position. Hempfling unloads the three ball. Left just shy. Moore gets the rebound. Hempfling inside, back to Moore. Moore in the paint, out to Hill. Here's Velasco back across. Hempfling wide open. Three ball, you betcha. Hoeing back up the floor for Findlay, 85-46. 5:40 on the clock. Outside, Hoeing the three ball, in and out, no. Last touched before going out of play by Alyssa Zeller. Now Emily Cecil gonna come on for Bowling Green. Katie Hempfling passes down low. Moore turns around, puts the shot up. Last touched by Fern. No, they're gonna say over the back foul on Jasmine Fern. Katie Hempfling will come off. JC Tubergen back on. And for Emily Cecil, this time on the floor, her first as a Bowling Green Falcon.
It's going to be a little bit of that mental and physical hurdle for her coming off the injury, getting out here.
Kate Ellis nearly loses the ball there. And we've seen that, and that's not just an injury thing too, but stepping up to the Division I stage and playing college basketball, it's a daunting challenge your first time out on the floor, especially at home. A lot of pressure, a lot of fans. You want to go out and perform as best you can.
And she'll be fortunate to learn from the guards that are ahead of her when you're talking about Hampton and Fleming and Velasco.
And now we are going to get to the media timeout. It's a 39-point lead for Bowling Green, 85-46 here in this 2022 calendar cherry on top game versus the University of Findlay. You're listening to Bowling Green Women's Basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU.
Thanks to Kroger, a proud sponsor of BGSU Athletics. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Now fans, turn your attention to the video board for today's play of the game.
Back here from the Stroh Center, Peyton Moore nearly gets a bucket for Bowling Green. Findlay takes over as they snag the rebound. Bowling Green still a 39-point lead here late in regulation. Hoeing to feed down low. Ellis, who's turned up here in the second half. Pass comes all the way back out to Mesher into the hands of Ellis once again on the brink of a 20-point performance. Zeller, Mesher, across, Callahan, left wing, three-point try, in and out. Cecil hauls in the rebound. Tubergen up the floor. Comes to a halt via the defense of Callahan right in front of Bowling Green coach Robin Freilich. Tubergen settles it down, now off to Fern. Fern gonna make a move. Back outside here, Cecil. Down low, the pass to Moore. Into the hands of Fern once again, shot clock down to 5. Fern lofts one up, and Hoeing gets the rebound. Back to the other end of the floor. Oilers trying to find something here late. Hoeing puts it up. A friendly roll off the iron. Finds the bottom of the net. 85-48. 3:23 left to play. And Bowling Green gonna go ahead and make a timeout. Take a timeout to make a substitution. Jasmine Clerkley gonna come on for the Falcons.
If you had a chance to check on social media prior to today's game, Bowling Green had their shoot around. They always do half-court shots so you can knock one in. Well, Jasmine Clerkley banked in her half-court shot today.
That's one of the fun things that this team does. Every game they go out and do that. So much fun to watch. Go to their Twitter, check it out on the next game day. Go back and watch this morning's. Tubergen unloads with a three-pointer. That one long. Clerkley there with a rebound, puts it back up. Here's Moore. They'll get another try. That one won't go either. Tough break for Bowling Green. A couple of good looks there. It just wouldn't go through. Hoeing other end, off balance, falling to the floor. Got the finish. Hoeing up to 6 points. Has 2 rebounds, 2 assists as well. And the Bowling Green foul will go against Tubergen. The free throw is good, so the 3-point play good for Janae Hoeing. Emily Cecil leads the charge up the floor for Bowling Green. Outside, finds Tubergen on the right. Back inside, here's Clerkley. Pass back out to Moore. Tubergen again. Tubergen gonna make a move, down low, off to Moore, has a little bit of separation, puts it up and through. Peyton Moore gets in the scoring column. Kendall Nisley, fresh in for Findlay. Both teams getting a chance to go deep into their bench. Mesher inside, couldn't get around Clerkley, the block and the rebound. Cecil to Tubergen once again, fired across. Fern, three-point try, flush and through.
Dangerous player, the way she stretches the floor. You leave her open like that, she's going to make you pay.
And right now, with the three freshmen on the floor for Bowling Green, this is an exciting preview of potentially what's to come down the road.
Yeah, quality minutes that you're getting right here. You never know when your opportunity is going to be, as we noted on a little bit earlier. Come out here, get your shots up, get comfortable under the bright lights. We just saw Bowling Green's fourth three of the second half.
Bowling Green takes it away here. Cecil and Moore combine to get the rock back. Fern outside, left wing. Down low to Clerkley, nearly has it poking away by Mesher. Back to the top, Tubergen down low. Clerkley, the feed, going after it. Couldn't get it up. It was Mesher there once again, using that size inside. Hoeing guarded by Tubergen, right side. Moves inside, Moore tries to get a hand in there on the ball. Oh, a nice job to protect. Under 60 seconds to play now. Ball outside. Here's Nisley. Cecil nearly got a takeaway. Callahan going inside. As the shot clock expires, Bowling Green gets it back. It won't matter. Cecil up top. Tubergen puts it through.
Good catch, a controlled finish by Tubergen.
Nisley once again up the floor for the Oilers. Kicked out of play. 92-51 with 36.8 seconds on the clock. A big win for Bowling Green to improve to 11-1. All that's left is for the whistle to sound.
This is the fifth time this season that Bowling Green has hit the 90-point mark. Twice they've gone for 100.
Peyton Moore gets the rebound after the miss from Stevens. Bowling Green does not have to take a shot, and Robin Freilich says that's going to be it. We're going to hold it out. As time winds down, Jasmine Fern stands at center court. A strong finish to non-conference play for Bowling Green, 92-51 over the Findlay Oilers. Brad, your final takeaway.
Well, 9 in a row going into Mid-American Conference play feels pretty good. You've accomplished, finished out one season. Now get ready for a brand new season. Going to have to raise that level. Bowling Green hoping they can exceed expectations in that Mid-American Conference preseason poll.
We will take a short break here from the Stroh Center. We're going to head into the Bowling Green women's basketball post-game show coming up in just a couple of minutes. And we will talk with assistant coach Joel Weimer. We'll talk with one of the Falcons, and then we'll talk Mid-American Conference basketball preview coming up in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to Bowling Green women's basketball right here on 88.1 WBGU.